Your painful past is the most valuable possession you have. With it, you can avert death and misery for others.
So my mama, bless her heart, did the best she could, but I did grow up with some trauma, and I began using at 13 and went to prison at 20, and started my sober life at 23. And what I found is that there's no greater purpose or no greater joy than I get than from sharing this story with others in the hopes that we can connect and it can inspire. So I'm going to share with you the story about a boy, and this is that story. Let me talk to you. Look, I just need a minute. I'm going to tell you about a boy who was never going to be shit. He grew up addicted. Didn't have no siblings, but still everything he had to share with mental illness. His mama had it, and it was just them. It was them against the world, and it was them against the system. See, they were caught up in a trap designed to keep a slave in prison. Let me talk to you. Are you even paying attention? I said they were caught up in a trap designed to keep a slave in prison. That's the 13th Amendment. They say the sky's the limit. The sky's not the limit. I mean, who you kidding? He knew that was just a gimmick. How somebody touched the sky when he can't even touch the ceiling to the trailer that he lived in. It was broken down and lived in. She went to work, he was alone, no one to care about how he's feeling, and his mama was depressed, so he knew she was trying to hear it. Every day she'd say she want to die, keep on begging God to end it. And he just hide in his room, act like he don't even hear it. He wished to go away, but it keeps coming back to visit. She's crying on the phone, keeps saying the word evicted. He didn't know what that meant, but he knew it would change how he was living. Look, he was only 9, but in his mind he had to fix it. And yeah, he had heard mention of God, but it was faint and only whispers. And if his father didn't want him, then how's the one in heaven different? Yeah, the struggle's real, I know. I watched him live it. This story is for anyone been caught up in that system or who's ever been to sleep with no heat, no lights, cold nights. Nothing but heat from a stovepipe. But this about the boy and his mama, they were so tight. They had a trauma bond and he would seek that out his whole life. She persevered, never cared what kind of purse she wear. She lived for him, but looking at him, she couldn't help but feel all the pain inside her heart his dad had left her there. She never left her there. If she wasn't crying about a man and she was crying over late bills and he was 13 when he sold his first pain pill, it was the same still. It didn't change nothing. She went to work more. The boy, he would stay blunted. She moved a man in. The boy would take from him. He'd sell his weed at school. He loved to make money. They went from state funded to shrimping state money. She knew what he was doing, but she wouldn't say nothing. She was never scared. But when it come to the boy, she was afraid of him. She'd find guns and drugs, and she would pray for him. It was too late for him. There was no turning back. Because he would spend 20 and get 100 back. He fell in love with that. He couldn't get enough of it. By high school, you could get anything you want from him. Still wasn't enough for him. It was never enough for him. It wasn't the drugs. It was what they'd done for him. His mama told him it wouldn't last, that they would come for him. They come for him. Had guns drawn, talking about get down on the ground for him. They found more than enough. He would go down for him. But they hold it down for him, right? He had connections. Until his girl started messing with his best friend. And then his next friend. Then his next friend. Yeah. He began to question everything these rappers ever said, because it was real different. His definition and theirs of what was real, different. Started to feel different. Looked around and realized that no one was here with them. Wasn't nobody down the ride. No one was sitting in the cell with them. The hell with them. This would be the end of his story. Victory over hardship. He's built for it. He killed for it. Another chance to rewrite his story. He grabbed a pen and wrote the script for it. He had a gift for it. It was something like a sixth sense. Because when he packed his bags, man, he ain't seen a pen since. That sentence did exactly what it was supposed to do. He swallowed pride and did what people that are sober do. He told the truth. Trusted God and cleaned his mess up. They told him if he kept going, it'd be like he never even messed up. Within a couple years, the boy was blessed up. He'd use his story to help others who had messed up. As a matter of fact, the rumor has it that he's still at it. He makes music. They say it helps heal addicts. He was real bad once. He's helping them through real battles. Real battles that most know nothing about. So that's the story of the boy. And of course, there's more to it. And maybe next time, we'll get more into it. But there's a moral to it. Something for you to think on. Yo, you should think on it. Thank you all so much.